Gray Man Stealth, Concealment, and Safety. Hello, my friends. Hope you guys are doing well today. So in this short video, I'm just going to give you some examples of various things that will help you enhance your stealth, concealment, and protection, or safety on a day-to-day basis. Why would you want to do this? Sometimes there are situations that concealing your options, your capabilities, from others actually benefits you. You can actually survive certain encounters because if someone doesn't know that you can do certain things, then they are not prepared for what you can do. And therefore you can overwhelm the opposition. And in the first example here, we have something that law enforcement uses on a regular basis, and that is a breakaway tie. The breakaway tie, it looks like a regular tie. It's a lot better than the old clip-on ties. It actually goes around the neck. It's very simple. It's just some Velcro that keeps it closed and on the neck. But if you pull hard enough, the tie will come off. This is good for police officers and civilians, really, because if you get into a fight, the tie can't be used against you to strangle you or to pull you in different directions. So that's a good thing to have. Another thing, though, is to consider the neck pouch. And a lot of places have them, these pouches in the travel section. They sometimes call them travel neck pouches. But you can put your wallet or keys or a phone in there, and you can just keep it under your shirt. And that is one way to conceal some things to help resist pickpocketing and so forth. Another option is the belly band, sometimes referred to as a torso band. These have a lot of options. Some of them have multiple pockets and even holsters. So you could put a firearm or multiple firearms or a flashlight or a blade or your wallet or your phone or keys. You can do a lot with this. And the belly band really can be adjusted so that it can, be used all the way up to under your arms, all the way down to your waist. Some people I know even tuck it in to their pants. They have it that low. It's just, at the same level as their trousers. And so that is something to consider. You also have these very flat and very small joggers, waist packs. The joggers or runners waist packs, sometimes they're just made to put like a little MP3 player or maybe like some keys or something in there. But that could be an option for some that are kind of more minimalistic. What about the travel concealment belt? This is kind of becoming a bit more popular, not so much in the mainstream, but within the prepping community. You can find these in all different formats. Some of them use like zippers on the inside to secure and access the various things you can store in there. Some of them use Velcro. It's pretty interesting, you can't do a lot with these, but you can definitely store some spare cash, keys, maybe credit cards if you get the larger belts, things like that. The next would be footwear. There are shoes and boots that actually have concealed pockets in them, especially in the tongue of the shoe. But for those who don't have hidden pockets, you can always just put something under the insole. And the next would be decoy wallets. This is something that's really interesting, especially if you live in a high crime area. I know people who actually do this. And there's all different ways of looking at this, but there's also a lot of bad information. Before doing this video, I took a peek and just see what the latest is on this. And let me tell you, there's a lot of bad information. People, recommending putting like an old driver's license in there and a old library card and old credit cards. And I'm just like, things that can identify you. Why would you want to do that? So I would not put anything in there that could identify who you really are. And so I would probably, definitely put a few dollars in there, a few real dollars. So if they do peek in there, they can see that there's something in there. And but I wouldn't put anything that would have your real name or a picture of you or your address, anything like that. There is kind of like this thing that went around for a while that you should take a real credit card and sand down your name on the credit card and the numbers and just keep it in there. And if they try to use the card, by the time that they probably used the card, you would have already reported it stolen, and that could alert the police. The only problem is, though, if they are able to make a transaction, and most receipts that I get, back from a merchant after I use a credit card, it actually says my name on it. So in the possibility that they could get away with a transaction before it was canceled could put you in harm because it could actually reveal your real name. So I'm not a fan of that, putting a credit card, an active credit card, even though it might be something that has been somewhat sanitized in terms of like taking some sandpaper and sanding down your name and some of the numbers so they can't be all red. Like it sounds kind of like stealthy in a way to maybe catch the person. But in real life, you are kind of exposing yourself potentially. So I would not really do that. Let's move on to the last here. And this is ballistic inserts. Most people are not going to walk around with, some kind of bullet resistant vest on. Let's just be honest and let's be real. Some of us have some of that, and it's fun to talk about it. And it's fun sometimes to put the vest on and walk around the house. I know I talk to a lot of people about this. It's just kind of funny what we do. Now we're not doing it just for fun. We're just trying to get used to wearing it. So it makes a lot of sense to put it on every once in a while, especially if you're like not working on a weekend and, you have a few hours to kill. Just put your vest on and walk around, right? And just kind of get a little used to it in case you ever have to use it. But once again, it's not something that we're going to probably wear to work or, on the subway if you take a subway, or some kind of train or something, or going flying and stuff. Most likely you're not going to have a vest on. So what's an alternative is going to be a ballistic insert of your choosing, and they have lots out there. There's some that weigh like a pound, like literally just 1 pound. I know because I have them, and they can defeat most handgun rounds and shotgun rounds. And so, there's some really lightweight ballistic inserts, and they don't have to cost very much. Like the one that weighed a pound, I got it for like $45. And so these things can just drop into your backpack. If you have a laptop sleeve, you can just put it in there. They typically fit just fine. In particular, the 10 by 12 ballistic inserts. Sometimes some backpacks have like a water bladder compartment, and that a lot of times these ballistic inserts will fit in there. But once again, if you don't have a laptop sleeve or some kind of hydration compartment, you can just put the insert up against the back of the backpack, and it typically works just fine. Now, on your larger backpacks, you might be able to get away with the larger ballistic insert, larger ballistic panels, and they do make them like an 11 by 14. And some companies do like custom sizes for certain backpacks, which is really cool. So you have to just look into all this. But yeah, definitely there's really no reason for the average person not to have some type of protection. And so what this does is that if you have like an active shooter situation, or if you just find yourself that you have no cover to go behind, you're just caught out in the open, right? And someone's shooting around, just some kind of active shooter. You can take your backpack off and put it on the front. You can literally just put your arms through, the shoulder straps and have like a makeshift vest that way. Or you can take the actual backpack and slide the shoulder straps over an arm and use it like an actual physical shield, that you could hold out in front of you. So those are options, but just note though that it's probably not going to be very practical to put ballistic inserts that can defeat rifle rounds in these because they're just going to weigh a lot. Some of these rifle plates weigh over 8 pounds. I have seen some that are lighter than that, but there are some that are over 8 pounds. So, there's going to be some obvious limitations here. But having some type of ballistic protection is certainly better than none. So just wanted to put that out there. So I hope this little video helped just to get you thinking. And of course, there's tons of other things that you can do to enhance your stealth and concealment and personal safety. If you have some other ideas, feel free to leave it in the comment section. Thanks for your support. Like the video, share the video, hit the thumbs up button if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Thanks, and I'll catch you later.